Look at our side.
The hearing yesterday was very good. I didn't think it'd be as good as it was. A lot of good stuff came out.
Good morning. Thank you, Chairwoman Waters, Ranking Member McHenry, and members of the committee for this opportunity to speak with you today and provide remarks on this important topic. My name is Ron Lumbra. I'm Managing Partner for Centers of Excellence and partner in the board and CEO practice at Heidrick Struggles. I'm in New York. We're a global executive search firm that advises companies around the globe on leadership, on board succession, on leadership development and succession. I've had the privilege of being in the executive search business for 21 years, and I've had the privilege to advise boards throughout the economy in various industries on board succession and board recruitment. Over this period, I've seen a number of trends emerge. The biggest one, the most prominent one we're currently facing is diversity in the boardroom. It's a hot topic that companies are acting on and calling us to act on with them. In 2019, our U.S. Board Monitor, which is a survey we do that talks about director trends in the Fortune 500, was just published. We saw that women last year, 2018, filled 40% of new board seats. That's double from a decade ago. Minorities filled 23% of new board seats, up from 14% in 2009. Despite this recent progress and gains, however, the total share of minority and female directors on boards is still quite low. According to a 2018 report from Deloitte and the Alliance for Board Diversity, from 2010 to 2018, the percentage of women on boards only moved from 16 to 22.5%. The movement of minorities on boards only moved from 13 to 16% in that nearly decade period. Progress has been slow, as you can see. We've observed a few key obstacles that are standing in the way in progress of diversity on corporate boards. First, as was mentioned previously, low turnover. Most directors who serve on corporate boards serve on the board for more than a decade. Turnover is slow. On average, companies only add a director approximately every 18 months. For example, in the Fortune 500, over the last decade, in any particular year, about 2/3 of companies would add a director. To give you a sense of the velocity of how new directors come on corporate boards. Demand for CEO experience. It is a key attribute that boards look for. There's reasons for that. Having a strategic perspective matters. Having a CEO perspective matters. However, we understand that the pool of Fortune 500 CEOs is not a particularly diverse pool. So concentrating on that pool, by definition, has you looking at the non-diverse population to join corporate boards. Board culture. Culture matters. Typically, boards like to bring on people that they can get familiar with quickly, who are often in their networks, known to them, or easily referenced or introduced through their networks. That makes it very difficult if those networks don't happen to be diverse. So those are three inhibitors that we see that are fairly universal in slowing the trend to bringing diverse talent onto corporate boards. Despite these challenges, I've talked about some progress that's been made recently, and that progress continues. Here are some of the things that are helping. First and foremost, board assessment. Rather than waiting for terms to expire for directors to retire, best-run boards are looking carefully at their constituencies, looking at, are we bringing the best skill set for the challenges and the strategy the board is facing at the moment, or could we do better? And they're moving off directors whose skill sets no longer fit, bringing on new contemporary directors. Those new directors are often diverse. In addition, best boards expand opportunistically. Although some boards have been shrinking in size, boards that see great diverse talent will occasionally expand in order to capture diverse talent and bring it on. That's been a best practice. Casting a wider net is a critical factor. Rather than looking in the networks that all exist, looking at the CE network, looking at business unit heads, division heads, P&L leaders, considering people from academia, former government officials, former military veterans, provides a much broader, more diverse pool to look at. And best clients, best companies are now doing that, looking at diverse pools. Having a disciplined, process-oriented approach, being intentional about the desire for diversity on boards. Companies that have the discipline to follow a process and not jump at the first person they see that they might know have more success bringing on diversity than others. It requires patience, it requires discipline. Last year at Heidrick Struggles, 57% of our board placements, 57% were diverse. That tells you it can happen. Boards can bring on diverse talent. If you cast a wide net, are disciplined, and look in new areas, you have the ability to do it. That's been proven. It's our belief that that will continue. This is a passion for me. Thank you for the opportunity to share these remarks with you today.